Hi guys, I'm Dr. Dave Highmarsh of GP Templates. In this video we're going to talk about the Warrior program. I have just finished the initial residential phase of the program. The reason why you get the quotes is because it's been done over Zoom. Thank you, COVID. And I thought I would just give my thoughts and feelings about the actual program itself. For me, it was something relatively new that I'd only heard of in the past year or 18 months, but actually I'm doing a bit more research. It's been going on for the past 10 years, so I thought actually let's use this channel to try and sort of push things out as a GP to try and help other service personnel, service families, veterans and veterans families to see if they can help. So what is it? So the Warrior program is a way of individuals to manage their emotions, to sort of develop their resilience and focus and sort of push forward to the future. There's actually been some good evidence, and the RCT that they've done has shown that people make significant changes to their life. I think for me, it'll help in this video if I share where I came from. So initially I'd had a very, very difficult past 18 months. In a member of my family, very close, has sadly passed, and rather unexpectedly. I rushed back to work. So I managed to get onto the tour, was doing really well, had done a lot of work prior to sort of developing and going forward for that. And then things, as they often do, slowly started to deteriorate. And they slowly started to deteriorate to the point where I felt unsafe to be in that environment and I had to take myself out. But I knew that something had to change. And I realised as well that I'd had a near miss, and I'd had a couple of my colleagues, actually not patients, who have been on the Warrior program and said, look, I know what you've been through, I know it's been tough, but actually you need to stop you from doing this again, you need to sign up to this. So I'd taken a couple of big steps, decided that being in the army wasn't the right place for me. It was a big decision, but actually with a lot of support being able to sort of push forward with it, which was great. And then the Warrior program sort of fitted in at the last bit of my military career. So it was actually the last week. It was superb, a real superb week. Now, focusing in on the week itself, I'll put it into context. When I came back off tour, I'd done a lot of searching around, trying to sort of get meaning and sort of push forward with my life. So reading books, things like Chimp Paradox, I'll leave a link below. Atomic Habits, again, link below. In that bit of trying to make sense of what happened, but more importantly, trying to push myself forward to think, right, I've been in a low place. I don't want this to happen again. What can I do about it? So you're presented with the Warrior program with the initial parts, which focuses a lot on meditation, mindfulness. But then the residential part was the bit that I've done that I've been completely gobsmacked by. I entered the process sort of with professional curiosity. Having had a lot of people gain a lot of stuff out of it, I was like, well, I'll go on to it, see what I'm recommending. So I would sort of say 20% for me, 80% for professional curiosity, and it's completely switched on its head. I've sort of come away from the week going, wow, okay, a couple of bits and pieces that I've completely changed my mindset on, how to deal with negative emotions, how to almost sort of draw a line in the sand on a lot of issues, not just related to what I've just described to you about, but even further back, which was fascinating, like truly fascinating, and how I can almost use this as a stepping board to project myself into the future more successfully. So the actual residential course is 5 days, lasting, over Zoom, 9 till 2:30. The initial part focuses on obviously a lot of the theory behind it, what they're basing on, and then it's suddenly the next parts in terms of how we deal with the emotions or certain events that may have affected us was truly mind-blowing. And in terms of the Wednesday, Thursday was almost dealing with these past events and how we can sort of process them, try and come to peace with them, to then the Friday of moving ourselves forward was brilliant. Though you could clearly see there was a wide spectrum of people on there, and I've sort of recommended and people got a lot. I think it's anyone who has, not so bad that they need mental health services, so you sort of got this far spectrum right, but they just know they're not quite right, and they just need a little bit of direction in terms of like just pushing forward. They've tried a couple of things, counselling sort of worked, and they may have had full DCMH or mental health services, but that's not quite got it, and they just need something to push forward. So those ones that you're just not quite sure where to go next for. And I'm thinking about the veterans as well, that they may have been through DCMH as a service personnel, then tied into the local mental health services, and it's just not quite clicking. And the benefit about this group, not only have they got their 10 years of experience, is that a lot of the group themselves, certainly the group I was in, you've got a vast wealth of knowledge and experience there. So you've got veterans, who sort of bring a different take on things. You've got people like myself who are still serving. And yeah, it's just a wide variety of people there. So I'm going to leave a link to the actual website itself below. It's worth acknowledging that it's in 3 parts. So you've got the pre-course, the actual course itself, which I talked about, and then the next part, which is sort of the maintaining of it, okay? And that's where there are several drop-in sessions which you can book yourself all online, but it's all down to you. I'm hopefully on this channel going to actually get more videos with the Warrior Program team and try and sort of see if they can explain it a lot better than I did. So I hope you found that video useful. Please have a look at the Warrior Program. Link again is down below, and subscribe to the channel to see more. Many thanks.